Hello, fellow peasants. Today we'll be talking about horror hot takes. Alright guys, so a few days ago, I asked you guys to go into the comment section on the community channel and give me your hottest horror hot takes. Only 3 people commented. I was a little surprised. Usually people like to give their opinion on things, but only had 3 people jump into the ring of fire here. So first hot take is from Dude OH8VQ. I've seen you comment plenty here on the channel, and I always appreciate that. You're a regular commenter here on the Modern Peasants channel, and he had several hot takes. Let's see here. We got Jaws the Revenge theatrical cut deserves a hug and a pat on the back for trying new things. Jaws the Revenge, does it deserve a hug and a pat on the back? Do I agree or disagree with that? I think Jaws the Revenge is hilarious. I think it's a masterpiece and just pure stupidity. The fact that the shark follows her to the Bahamas is just ridiculous. I mean, it's like first of all, how does the shark keep, like, they blew up the shark in the first movie. Like, maybe I don't understand the Jaws franchise too well, but from what I recall, it like follows them from like New Jersey down to the Bahamas. And I always thought it was so, even when I was a kid, I thought it was a stupid movie. I thought it was hilarious. I'm not sure what you mean by it tries new things. I'm not sure what version I've seen. I've just seen like what was on television. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the theatrical cut or whatnot, but I think it's a funny movie. So I'm just going to trust you on that. The theatrical cut deserves a pat on the back for trying new things, because I don't know the difference between a theatrical cut or the director's cut. But I do enjoy the film. It's really stupid. Wraith is an awesome Charlie Sheen film and is verging on horror at times. Never seen it. I did look it up though. I just Googled it before I came down here to do this video. And it's from 1986. It stars Charlie Sheen, and it's this high school student who comes back from the dead to kill the drag racer who murdered him or something. It's a really convoluted, weird synopsis. So I'm just going to trust you on that. That it's awesome and it's verging on horror at times. I've never seen it. Maybe I'll check it out. I'll see if it's free on Tubi or something. But it looks okay. Looks like it might be something that would be surprisingly good, maybe. I don't know. So I'm just going to trust you on that because I don't know any better. The Exorcist 2 is a great looking film despite being mostly awful. I don't know if that's a hot take because something can look very good cinematography wise. The film can be beautifully shot and still be just a dog shit story. You know what I mean? Dog shit acting. I mean, everything else can be horrible about a film, but it looks beautiful. And so I do agree. The Exorcist 2 is a dog shit piece of crap movie, but it looks good. Visually, it's a very nice film. It's interesting looking. There's some great visuals in the film. It's just a horrible film, and it's just disgusting that it was even considered at some point, a proper sequel to the original 1973, The Exorcist. All right, next we have Tyle4309. He also comments here on the channel a lot. All 3 of you guys that chose to comment here and give your hot takes, all 3 of you guys comment on a regular basis, and I really appreciate it. I don't get a lot of comments here on the channel, but you 3 seem to be some of the main ones. There's other people too. But you guys seem to be like the regulars here. His hot take is the original Friday the 13th is a bad movie. I usually have so many hot takes, I just can't think of I just can't think right now is what he says. I just can't think right now. Yeah, the Friday the 13th, the original, it's a bad movie. When you put it into when you're comparing it to other types of films, like compared to Shawshank Redemption, horrible movie. Compared to The Exorcist, horrible movie. Compared to Citizen Kane, horrible movie. Compared to Jurassic Park, horrible movie. I could just go on. Compared to run-of-the-mill slashers, B slashers, the horror genre in general, I think it's an okay film. I think the original film is okay. I don't think it's a bad horror film. I think it's okay. I do like the fact that you think it's Jason the whole movie, but the reveal is that it's Pamela Voorhees at the end. I do think that is a nice twist and an unexpected ending that hadn't really been done before. I really liked it. I like the twist on who the killer is in the original Friday the 13th. Everything else about the film is mediocre. Okay, but I really enjoy the twist. So I don't think it's a bad horror film. I think it's a decent horror film. I'd give it like a middle of the road rating. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's dog shit or anything like that. And I don't know if that's quite a hot take. Most horror fans aren't a massive fan of the original Friday the 13th. Even Friday fans don't really like the first Friday the 13th. But okay. Next is Mikey's Morgue. He says X and Pearl suck. I've never seen Pearl, so I can't speak on Pearl. Can't give my opinion on that. I could see Pearl. Like, I've never watched Pearl because I don't have any interest in it. Okay, like I've watched X, and I thought X was a good film. Okay, I don't think X sucks. I think it's a good slasher film. I just don't care to really see anything beyond X. Like, I don't need the prequel, which would be what Pearl is. I'm hesitant to even like really watch Maxine. Like Maxine, like the only reason I would ever really watch Maxine is just because I just want to see like the stylized 80s nostalgic stuff. But I'm not too interested in the story beyond the film X. I think it was a nicely contained film. I don't think it needed a prequel or a sequel. But I don't think X sucks. I think X is a decent slasher flick. It's trying to be a little bit elevated, you know what I mean? But I think it's good. So I don't agree with that X sucks. And Pearl I can't speak on, never seen it. Next is Alien is overrated. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, Alien's overrated, fuck you. Well, overrated doesn't mean he doesn't like the movie. Overrated doesn't mean he thinks it sucks. I mean, he could think, I mean, I don't know. Do you think it sucks? Overrated means I like it, it's good, but it's just not the holy grail. It's not the, of horror or whatever that it seems to be. Overrated to me means I like it, I enjoy it, I just don't think it's life-changingly good, okay? And I can see that. I can see that with Alien. I like Alien. I think Alien is really good. Do I think it's overrated? I can kind of agree with that. I mean, as much as I like Alien, I love the way it's shot. I love the xenomorph itself. I love Ridley Scott direction. I like everything about the film. I do think that some people make it out to be better than what it is. I don't think that it's not in my top tier. Okay, like Alien is not in my top 10 horror films of all time. So I can agree with that. And last, his last hot take is Jordan Peele movies suck. Yeah, most of them. Yeah. I only like Get Out. Everything else can fuck off. I really don't care for Jordan Peele's films. Get Out was interesting. He took his one topic that he loves to do, because he's a one-trick pony, it seems. And he put all the good stuff that he wanted to talk about into Get Out. All the films after Get Out are just like him making the same societal points again, but just in a less interesting way. So I think he's running out of gas in terms of the topics that he wants to cover. So yeah, for the most part, I agree with that. Jordan Peele movies suck, except for Get Out. I think Get Out is one of the best horror films in the last 30 years. So, but yeah. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for commenting and giving me your hot takes. Maybe I'll do another one of these. I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. But I want to thank you guys for commenting. You three seem to be some of the most active commenters here on the channel. There's others too that I see frequently, but you three seem to be the people who initiate the most here on the channel. So I want to thank you again, and have a good one, peasants. Peace out. Bye-bye.